What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking. Back at the booth with another episode for you. Making something fire today, y'all. Because on today's episode, we're making beach burnt cheese breakfast burritos. But before we get started, as always, the full recipe is going to be in the description. If y'all like what we got going on here, make sure you let the algorithm know and hit that like button. Let's go. Bow, back at you at Camp Coop. This is just a little mint strawberry lemonade. Check this recipe out on the channel as well. But these are the ingredients that I'm gonna be using for today's breakfast burritos.
I'm gonna be using 4 sausage links, about 4 or 5 slices of bacon, 4 whole eggs, 12 ounces of shredded potatoes, half a cup of diced onions, 1 cup of shredded mild cheddar cheese. We're going to be wrapping these burritos in extra large flour tortillas. And to spice these burritos up, I'm going to be using Habanero Salsa and green hatch chili salsa verde. All right, you guys got all that? Remember, the full recipe is in the description. Back at the beach, hooking up some fire burritos at Camp Coop. First thing we're going to do is a little bit of prep. So let's go ahead and crack 4 eggs into a bowl and beat those bad boys up. Set those aside. Next, I'm going to open up my sausage and my bacon packages. And into my preheated cast iron skillet, I'm going to lay 4 of these sausage links and about 4 or 5 slices of bacon. I like the bacon in my breakfast burritos to be a little bit crispy, so we're gonna cook this bacon until it's nice and crisp, and our sausage has those nice fried charred bits all around it and cooked perfectly all the way through to the center. And that's about where I want it right there for my bacon and my sausage. You go ahead and cook yours to your heart's desire. Mine's ready to remove from the pan and let this rest on a paper towel. Hey, one of the sausages was trying to escape, but we're going to catch that because we need all this meat to flavor up these delicious breakfast burritos. Next, let's clean our pan by wiping out some of that fat from our bacon and our sausage. Leave just a little bit inside there to help cook off these onions that we're throwing in now. Work those onions around in that fat just a little bit and saute that up. Next, let's throw in our 12 ounces of shredded potatoes. Now I'm gonna mix all that up until all of my shredded potatoes are covered in that fat from the bacon and sausage as well. Now I'm just gonna flatten it, make a little patty out of it, and let that fry up on one side, season the opposite side with a little bit of salt and pepper. And after a few minutes, that side of potato should have some nice color on it. Let's go ahead and flip this over, mix them all up, create a new patty, and now we're gonna let that fry for a few minutes. We're gonna repeat this process until you have nice, golden brown, perfectly cooked hash browns. Once these potatoes are just about finished, let's go ahead and drop in a knob of butter. We're gonna use 1 tablespoon worth and let that melt all over our delicious hash brown. Now that they're done, let's go ahead and remove those from the pan. Let's prep up our cooked breakfast meat by chopping up our sausage and our bacon. And the sausage and bacon is looking fire. Don't play with me, y'all. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Back over to the stove, I've gone ahead and cleaned out my cast iron pan, got it nice and ready to scramble up these eggs. I'm gonna add in a tablespoon of butter. Next, I'll go in with my 4 beaten eggs and go ahead and gently scramble these eggs. I've got my pan over medium-low heat, and I'm gonna use my spatula to push these beaten eggs from the outside to the center of the pan, Swirl the pan around a little bit so we can get that egg mixture to fall in those places that we just pulled the egg from. And slowly start to scramble these eggs together. Now let's add in about 2 or 3 tablespoons of this green hatch chili salsa verde. And scramble this super fire salsa into our eggs. And once my eggs are done, I'm gonna hit them with a little bit of salt and pepper. Go ahead and pull those out of my cast iron pan and into a bowl. These burritos are just about ready to put together, but we can't have our breakfast burritos without hooking up our tortilla first. So let's grab a tortilla, throw that on an open flame, let it sit for a second or two, and then flip it over to the opposite side. Repeat the process until you've got a nice char on your tortilla and it's nice and pliable. Now let's slap this bad boy down on our cutting board. Add about half of those potatoes that we had. So we're gonna add about 6 ounces of shredded hash browns on these burritos. Half of our cooked bacon and sausage. So that should be about 2 sausage links and 2.5 slices of bacon worth going into this burrito. Next, I'm gonna throw in half of my scrambled eggs. So that'll be 2 eggs worth in this burrito as well. Sprinkle some of this fresh, mild cheddar cheese on top. I'd call that about a 1/4 cup worth of cheese. Throw on about 2 tablespoons of this habanero salsa. If you can take it, go ahead and add a little more. Now with all my burrito expertise, I'm gonna fold this bad boy over. I got all my ingredients favoring one side of the tortilla. I'm gonna fold the left and right side in on the top of that, and then fold the large burrito all the way over. Use your fingers to pull back that tortilla as you roll all those ingredients up inside. You guys ever roll your burritos up so tight that they split down the center? I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to fix that today with these burnt cheese burritos. With our burritos built, I'm gonna go back to my cast iron pan, add about a 1/4 cup of shredded mild cheddar cheese into that. And now we're gonna add our burrito on top of that cheese in our pan. If you've ripped any part of your burrito, go ahead and make sure you set that side down in the cheese first. This will help create a beautiful burnt cheese seal. Use your spatula to push that melted cheese back in on those burritos. And once you start to see that cheese bubbling up on the sides and caramelizing, go ahead and grab your spatula, flip this bad boy over, and you've got a delicious burnt cheese top on your burrito. Let's go ahead and flip it on the opposite side and let that side toast until golden brown. Now let's go ahead and remove these breakfast burritos from the pan, get them onto our cutting board, and there you have it, you guys. Beautiful beach burnt cheese breakfast burritos. Let's go ahead and slice inside one of these and let you guys get a look at the cross section of this bad boy. Man, look at that super fire breakfast burrito with those hash browns, bacon, sausage, and egg all throughout it, encompassed in that delicious tortilla with the burnt cheese on top. Little hints of green and red salsa all throughout this burrito. Couldn't ask for a better breakfast while you're camping. And this week's scoop for Coop is going to be another big ass bite. Words can't describe how fire this burnt cheese breakfast burrito came out, you guys. You definitely need to check this one out. You can hook these up out camping in the wilderness. Just watch out for the bears. Or you can hook these up in the safety of your own home. Thank you for rocking with me for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking, special Camp Coop Beach edition. Let me know how you guys like this one in the comment section. We'll catch y'all right back here next week for another episode. I'm gone.
Whoo, there you have it, you guys. Beach burnt cheese breakfast burritos. Let me know how you guys like that one in the comment section. If you guys like what we got going on here, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, share with a friend or folk, you already know, and we'll catch you guys right back here next week for another episode of Smell What Coop is Cooking.